I'm going to talk today about the tenor high C and the C for the sopranos and altos. It's the same C, not their high C, but the tenor high C. It's the same principle. Something happens at that C, which is slightly different to the rest of the voice. So you need to go and look at the falsetto video first of mine before any of this will make sense. But if you've looked at that and practiced the falsetto exercises, then you can start looking at this. So I'm going to demonstrate something. What happened? Try to demonstrate the difference at the high C. If I do A flat, B flat, C in falsetto, something at the C, I can't quite get a full ooh anymore. Whatever I do, however much air I blow there, the chords want to close. Something, the rhythmoids want to come in again. It's like the chest voice wants to re-engage at that high C, the tenor high C. Yeah? And if we can understand that principle and work with it, then we can use that to help us. Not only for the high C, but the notes a little bit lower too, especially for the tenor. For the soprano, it's not so problematic. Their problems are higher up, because usually they're pushing middle voice up into those notes above the C. And they think they have another passaggio, but they don't. If you can get the change right at the C, having correctly done the passaggio earlier in the voice, then for a soprano, these notes C and above are so simple, really simple. Okay, so again. There's something happening that stops me singing in pure falsetto. On the A flat and B flat, I can easily let the air through. But that C, there's a little bit of natural coming together of the chords there. And what happens is they actually zip up at that stage. So actually, most of the chord just stays closed, and only the very ends vibrate. That's why you get a slightly smaller sensation in the throat. The great tenor Gini was asked to describe a high C. He got a big piece of white paper, and took a pen and just made a little dot right in the center of that paper. So that's what it feels like to me to sing a high C. And it is like that. It feels much easier, much smaller and more compact, less sort of unwieldy, less clumsy at that C. It seems very easy. Yeah, if you're in good condition, you're not got slime in your throat or mucus, whatever, those C's will just, anytime you'll get them, no problem. Yeah, a little bit of mucus, yeah, you might get a problem. But a clear throat, C's are absolutely no problem at all. So, that natural closing action there in the falsetto, it literally just comes in from the falsetto, the full voice. It's so easy. Once that falsetto is developed, you'll feel that you just can't get it more than the B. I can get the hooty sound on the B, but there's something happening. You'll feel something at the back wanting to close down a bit on that C, and it's that natural closing action there. So we use that, we exploit it to get the full voice sound. That's not a perfect high C. There's phlegm on my chords today. But it gives you a good idea of how easy it is to bring in that C from the falsetto once you've developed it. Yeah? And it's the same with the high notes too. Once you get the C working, that D was a bit better than the C and the C sharp. Probably the phlegm had cleared from my chords. You have to do that bit when you first start singing in the morning. You have to sing a little bit before the phlegm clears, but hopefully only 5-10 minutes maximum before you get the clear voice. So, yeah, once you hit that high C, the tenor high C, for all voices, you get the zipping up. And the rest of the notes are just that tiny zipped up feeling. And only the very ends of the chords vibrate. So as I say, for a soprano, their problems usually stem from trying to push too much weight up to above that high C, that middle. They tend to sing, a lot of modern sopranos tend to sing in falsetto and just, ooh, they're pushing up falsetto, whereas really, they need to develop the falsetto and then add chest, because at that C, it's chest. It's like tiny, slimmed down chest at the high C and above. It's actually the notes F to B flat, below the C, where actually the falsetto is more engaged. It does sound and feel more chesty because you're vibrating the whole chord, but actually there's less arytenoid action in those notes F to B. We try and get as much as we can of the arytenoids in to bring in the full the bright, ringing sort of squealo tone, but you're restricted a little bit. So really the E, the last note of the proper chest up, and then the C, they actually feel more alike than the E to the F or the C to the B. There's a change that happens at that C that makes it almost come back into chest voice. So E flat, that's about my limit. I can go higher, but it doesn't sound great. So, you know, some tenors go higher, you can get the Bellini Fs. That's not my sort of voice. But it's the same principle. I mean, I'll have a go just to just for fun. So the E flat. So as an F, it's not too bad, but I wouldn't try ever singing that on the stage. But E flat, I feel pretty comfortable up to the E flat there. So to recap, those notes come from the falsetto. Very naturally, very easy, without too much effort. Of course, bass and baritones aren't going to have those notes. Yeah, you have to do something else if you want to sing in that area. More falsetto dominant, less of that chestiness there. But for the tenors, they can get the chest into that area, and the same with the altos and the sopranos. Yeah, so it's important that chest is engaged on that high C. And of course, eventually, the final video I'm going to make will be how we join this voice up, how we get those B flats, A's, A flats. They're the tricky notes. They are difficult because chest has to be involved, but there's a hell of a lot of falsetto work to be done in that area. Yeah? As I say, the C probably be the first note you find, almost by accident, by exercising this falsetto. You feel the C wanting to come in. Like a natural. I remember actually the C sharp was the first note that came in for my voice, and the C took a while before it did. Yeah, but try it and see, and be prepared to make quite ugly noises. You may go, you may make horrible noises at first. As long as you're not hurting yourself, not straining, not pushing, as long as you're just trying to find that coordination. Experiment. It will be ugly. Believe me, it will be ugly at first. But eventually it'll settle down and you'll feel the vibrato come in on those high notes. And that's when you know you've got full voice.